Lack of respect for a non-specific challenge in life can make us angry and hurtful. But what if we learn from the ancient Haki philosophy, a philosophy that teaches us to face difficulties with wisdom and calm? This video will explore 10 practical Haki principles to help us deal with lack of respect better. As usual, I wish you a strong friend and stay until the end of the video. Let's get started. 1. Keep calm. The Haki philosophy teaches us that it is not what happens that bothers us, but how we think about it that matters. Epictetus said that people are not bothered by what happens, but by how they perceive it. It means that lack of respect does not cause harm or harm, but how we act and evaluate it that hurts or angers us. When we lack respect, remember that other people's actions originate from their own thoughts, emotions, and opinions, not their true values. Keep calm and don't let their lack of respect affect your feelings. 2. Pause and reflect. Seneca used to say that whenever you're angry, remember that it's not just a bad thing right now, but you're also maintaining a habit. The Haki believe in the importance of self-control and reason. They believe that strong emotions such as anger or disappointment often lead to unnecessary mistakes and suffering. When faced with a lack of respect, avoid being agitated. Instead, spend a little time to pause, take a deep breath, and collect your thoughts. This pause allows you to regain control of your emotions and have a chance to reflect more carefully and intently. 3. Reflect on yourself. Another important aspect of the Haki philosophy is the practice of self-reflection and self-examination. Those who follow the Haki philosophy believe that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives, and we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. Marcus Aurelius used to say that the happiness of life depends on the quality of your thoughts. When faced with a lack of respect, spend time to reflect on yourself and ask questions such as, is there any truth in the words or actions of that person? What did I do or say to provoke this situation? How can I react in accordance with my values and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and your situation objectively, you can better understand the event and the role of yourself in it. 4. Have empathy. Don't look for the good in external things. Look for it in yourself. Epictetus and other Haki scholars have said so. They believe that the connection of humanity and the understanding of the motive and emotion of others can lead to better interaction and personal development. When someone shows a lack of respect, try to put yourself in their position and understand their point of view. Empathy can help you look at the situation from another angle and realize that the lack of respect of that person may not be personal or intentional. It may originate from insecurity, fear, or lack of self-knowledge. 5. Focus on virtues. Developing virtues such as wisdom and courage and empathy are one of the main ideas of Hakiism. These are the qualities that help us live well and act right. Seneca, a famous Haki scholar, wrote that virtue is nothing but the right mind. This means that having virtue is like having a mind and is in accordance with the natural order of all things. When faced with a lack of respect, focus on virtue in your reaction. This does not mean that we should ignore or neglect the lack of respect, but that we should react according to our own values and principles. 6. Accepting acceptance. One of the most important lessons of Hakiism is to accept what is out of our control, such as the lack of respect of others. Epictetus said that a wise person is not sad for what he does not have, but happy for what he has. Hakiism also teaches us to distinguish between what is out of our control and what is not, which is called the Haki division of control. We can only control our thoughts, feelings, and actions, but we cannot control other people's external events or actions. When faced with a lack of respect, do not let it affect your inner peace. Instead, accept it as part of your life and focus on what you can do to improve yourself and your situation. 7. Using humor. Sometimes a little laughter can go a long way. As the ancient Seneca said, you have become the master of yourself when you know how to deal with things you should not value. Hakiism teaches us to control our feelings and actions, but it also recognizes the value of humor in dealing with challenging situations. Instead of letting our feelings control us, we can choose to respond with a cringeworthy comment or a fresh joke. Of course, humor should not be used inappropriately or excessively, but it can be a useful Haki technique to deal with a lack of respect in a more positive and peaceful way. 8. Setting a clear boundary. Hakiism is not about becoming a pedestal, but becoming a pedestal. a pedestal standing in front of a lack of respect and injustice. A pedestal knowing its value and asking for respect from others. A pedestal controlling what it can and letting go of what it cannot. When someone lacks respect for you, you don't have to tolerate it. You don't have to be angry. You can be calm and decisive. You can tell them what they did wrong and how you expect them to treat you. You can set clear and reasonable boundaries to protect your value and self-esteem. 9. Choosing forgiveness. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, not a gift to others. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace and happiness. But forgiveness is not easy. It doesn't mean forgetting or accepting what happened, it means choosing to release negative emotions that are hurting you more than anyone else. Hackiists say we should forgive everything, but not all of it. We should forgive in a wise way, with confidence and justice. Hackiism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. We cannot control how others behave, but we can control how we react. We can choose forgiveness and release ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. 10. Changing your point of view. A point of view is the ability to see everything from a broader and more objective point of view. It helps you avoid overreacting or treating everything as personal when someone disrespects you. Instead, it helps you realize that disrespect is not a big issue in everything's big plan. As the Hacky Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, our life is what our thoughts create. When you use your point of view, you can see that most cases of disrespect are small and temporary. They do not affect your true value or happiness. You can also see that disrespect is usually a reaction of lack of understanding, insecurity, or weakness of others, not yours. You can choose to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it instead of letting it bother you. Always remember that Hackkyism is not a way to control your emotions, but to manage them well. By applying these 10 principles, you can remain calm and strong when faced with disrespect and vulgar behavior. Leave a like to help us reach more people who are looking for ancient wisdom. If you are new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to learn more ancient wisdom lessons. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video. To watch more videos about Hacky wisdom, choose one of the videos that will appear on your screen right now.